let's see what Black Panther's made of. Hey guys, what's up, Sam? Look, we've got a brand new feature for Black Panther, so let's check it out. Oh.
One of the things that was so satisfying about Civil War was, of course, the Black Panther.
Yep.
People came out of that movie going, I want to know more about that character.
Damn right.
You want the wow factor, but it's not just stuff blowing up. It definitely is a character piece.
What happens now determines what happens to the rest of the world.
Stan Lee and Jack Kirby created Black Panther in the early 60s, and he's been a staple of Marvel Comics 50 plus years.
He's an interesting character.
Oh, there is the man.
Such a different thing for the audience on the screen. I couldn't see the Black Panther living on the side street in New York.
Yeah.
I love the idea of a superhero who lives in Africa.
He has to look out for an entire nation. That's a responsibility that other superheroes don't commonly have.
Yeah.
Even though he's the head of a tribe, he's a hell of a lot more than that. As his powers begin to unfold, that will be a lot of fun.
Don't freeze.
I never freeze.
I'm super excited about an African king who's also strong enough, fast enough, smart enough to do some of the things that T'Challa was doing in script.
There's something very special about him.
Oh!
See a superhero in a different light, different worldview.
Whoa, okay, that looks really cool. Look, everyone knows I'm super excited about this movie, but something that struck me in that piece right there is he talks about responsibility, and that's why I'm really excited for this film. We're going to see the first sort of royalty character in the Marvel Universe. And yes, I know Thor is the king of Asgard, but in terms of, like, that's extra-dimensional sci-fi stuff. I'm talking about right here on Earth. You know, royalty is a big part of our world. You know, if you look at the English monarchy and, you know, Harry and everything next year, Harry and Meghan, that whole, you know, the whole wedding and everything, royalty is a big issue in our world, and I think it's interesting that we're going to see that play out now in the Marvel Universe with a superhero who is a monarch. And going back to the idea of responsibility, where, you know, he's got to look out for his country, his people. You know, he can't just go off and join the Avengers whenever he wants. He's got, you know, a responsibility. He's got stuff he has to do. He's got to protect people, his people, and I think that's really interesting. And of course, I am just seeing that Black Panther is going to divulge into Avengers Infinity War, because, you know, in the trailer, first teaser for Infinity War, we did see the giant sort of battle in Wakanda. So I think knowing how much of an emphasis the Wakanda is going to play in that Infinity War, I can just see that it's going to be really big. I like the idea as well that we're not going to be in New York anymore, you know, or in our space. We're going to be somewhere entirely different. We're going to be in Wakanda, and it's a place that none of us have ever seen before. I mean, yes, it's an African nation, but it is a completely, totally different experience of Africa than I think any of us can comprehend. You know, the idea is that it is El Dorado, you know, this is mythical city, and we're going to see that. You know, it's technologically advanced. It's got a great many different cultures in it, and then there are the cults, of course. There's the Panther cult and the gorilla cult, which we're going to see in there, and the stories you know, have a lot of resonance, and I think the other thing I'm really excited is the fact that we're going to have a lot of colour, a lot of diversity. You know, it's not just going to be, you know, California or something with Iron Man flying around. You know, we're going to see colour and ambience and music and dance and, you know, an entirely different cultural aesthetic that we so far have not seen in the Marvel Universe. So I'm really excited for it. That feature looks awesome, man. I mean, look, we didn't get a hell of a lot of new footage, but it's sort of more a continuation of the footage we've seen before. One of the scenes I'm really excited for is when we see T'Challa walking towards the tree with all the panthers, and to me that's going to be some kind of shamanic, you know, dream thing that he will have to go through. Maybe if he takes the heart-shaped herb or something, that's part of his ritual to become the Black Panther, sort of a, you know, a dream kind of thing where he has to sort of walk into this thing and accept the Panther spirit into him, you know, as the leader of the Panther cult, you know, which is both a political organization, you know, with him as a king, but also a spiritual organization. And I think that's interesting. We're going to see Black Panther as both king and spirit, you know, together forming this one entity in T'Challa, and it'll be interesting to see how the Panther becomes a part of him and whether it is an entirely separate entity or if he becomes someone else, because so far we've seen him as the superhero, but we haven't sort of seen him with the heart-shaped herb. So I'm assuming the heart-shaped herb is going to be coming in now and he ingests it, you know, and he becomes this character. So I think that's really interesting. I'm just really keen for this movie. I think it looks like a lot of fun. It just looks really cool and something different, and I'm really excited for it. And I mean, the idea of something being regal in a very political movie, it does have that political thriller kind of thing. Just looks awesome, man. I've got to say Michael B. Jordan as well. You only saw him for a split second here, but him as Eric Killmonger, I think he could be one of the cooler Marvel villains that we've seen for a while. He's kind of this, terrorist type of character who, seeks to overthrow the Wakandan throne and take it back. He's got his own political agenda. He's trained to a T. He is freaking jacked as well, so he does pose a challenge to T'Challa, to Chadwick, so I think that'll be really interesting, and I just can't wait to see those two go to war. I think, the stakes are pretty high as well. I mean, yes, he's not saving the world, but he's saving his world, and I think that's a really important thing with this character. So there you go, guys. Black Panther, February 15th, is going to be released in cinemas. It is going to be fantastic. Look, I hope you like this video. Please like, subscribe, and talk to you soon.